Good morning, everyone. In our gospel today, we find Jesus being tackled again by scribes and Pharisees, and they try to catch him out, and they say, "Master, we should like to see a sign from you. Once again, give us some proof." Now, for us as Catholics, it's important we understand the significance of that word "sign." For us in modern day at times, we look around, we see many signs. And most of the signs are either giving us instruction or else they're pointing us in a particular direction. And if we take that understanding with that definition and put it into the biblical context, it's quite interesting. Because what sign would they be asking for? They want something that is going to inform them, and they want something that's going to give them direction, show them where they're actually going to or where they should be going to. And Jesus then responds by saying to them, you know all the story about Jonah, and you also know the information about Solomon. And he says that there's something greater than Jonah here, and there's something greater than Solomon here. And they're people of the Old Testament that people revered within the Jewish tradition, and they know the significance of them. It's interesting, I think also that we see in the example that Jesus mentions about Solomon, that the queen of the south, or the queen of Sheba, came to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Now, to me, that's interesting too, because how would she have known? We don't know how far away, where she was coming from. It seems likely that she was coming from Asia or somewhere around about that. How would she have known? Because there was no TV, no internet. How would she have known about this? Because she had traveled some distance, and she came, and there were camels that she came with. So she must have traveled through some sort of desert climate to actually get there. And Solomon was based in Jerusalem at the time. But she took the trouble to get there. And she came seeking perhaps to prove him wrong, but also to try to find answers. And yet the wisdom of Solomon was so great that she was persuaded that it was the correct way. I think the message for us today is sometimes we don't look at the signs that are pointing to the Lord. And they are there. Those signs would be presence of the Lord in the Mass. They would be through prayer. They would be through the Bible. They'd be through our Catholic Catechism. I don't know how many of you are familiar with that, or that you've actually got a copy. But the biggest sign is that Jesus died and rose for us. How can there be a greater sign than that? Have a wonderful day. Keep yourself safe. We'll see you again. God bless. Bye-bye.